I just want to start off by saying this. When the thespian lawmakers at Congress put on their theatrics and create these laws, which then get passed, they, as well as their lobbyists, reap all of the rewards while we, the people, their constituents, suffer all of the consequences. Let's start with this. So here we go. Statement by Vice President Kamala Harris on the Federal Communications Commission's vote to adopt new rules to prevent digital discrimination. Right. Okay. Every person in America should be able to access affordable high-speed internet no matter where they live or how much they earn. When President Joe Biden and I took office, 30 million people across our country did not have access to high-speed internet. Communities of color, Native communities, rural communities, and low-income households were disproportionately disconnected. Seriously? Seriously? I don't know anyone that does not have internet. And I'm talking about from people that lived on fixed incomes, getting services, getting government assistance. They have internet. Anyway, let's continue. This is why we worked with Democrats and Republicans, the Uniparty, in Congress to make the largest investment in affordable high-speed internet in history. $65 billion to lower the cost of monthly internet plans and build thousands of miles of fiber optic cable to connect every household in our nation to high-speed internet. Damn, they got a lot of money for a lot of things, right? Isn't it? Right? It just boggles my mind. They have money to do this. They have money to send to fund the war in Ukraine. They have money to now fund the war in Israel. None of those are any of our business as far as I'm concerned. I feel for all of the people involved in all of that. It isn't our concern as American citizens what's going on over there, at least not at the moment. Not to the degree that they wanted to, but I digress. Let me continue with this. One provision of our bipartisan infrastructure law, there we go again, the Uniparty, that President Biden signed exactly 2 years ago, directed the Federal Communications Commission to create first-of-its-kind rules to prevent digital discrimination. Today, the FCC answered our call by voting to adopt these necessary rules, taking a critical step to prohibit digital discrimination in high-speed internet access based on income, race, ethnicity, religion, and national origin. I seriously doubt that any cable provider, like the major ones like Comcast and Time Warner and Optimum, are discriminating in any way. They want your money. This doesn't have, they don't care who the hell, they don't care if it's a green midget from Pluto. If he's willing to pay the $99 for gigabyte speed, they want his money. So this is nonsense. Again, let's continue. These rules will protect civil rights, lower costs, and increase internet access for Americans across the country. And there you go. You want people to have high-speed internet services? Make it affordable. Make it reasonable. Right now, because I don't disagree that the prices that some of these internet packages cost are egregious. Absolutely. They're egregious in just how radically high they are for no reason. It is the same signal coming through these wires, whether you're paying for the $15 package or the $200 package. It's the same flow. All they do is unlock it. Bloop. Okay, well, there you go. The flip of a switch allows you to get gigabyte speed. It doesn't matter. Anyway, let's continue. President Biden and I understand that getting online can be a bridge to an education, a good paying job, quality health care, and engagement with the broader world. We will not stop fighting to make it easier for everyone to access affordable high-speed internet. Today's actions is another important step towards fulfilling that vision. That is nonsense. All they want to do is control and lord over the internet. That's my opinion. That's why they're doing it under the guise that is for underprivileged families, and even worse, trying to make it sound as though people they're using they're racially motivated to keep certain ethnic groups from receiving high-speed internet. It is ridiculous. In rural areas, I understand there's a lot of big countries. It could be an issue there, but you know what? That's easily remedied. If they want to, they'll figure out how to do it. They just haven't. They just want to take the power. That's what they want. It's a power grab. And honestly, I'm not the only one that feels that way either. And I'm sure plenty of you do, because plenty of us know that this is where it's headed. If they really wanted to make the internet safe, or do what they should do is repeal Section 230. But they don't. Because they don't care about that. All right, check this out. While the intent of the statute is to apply pressure to internet service providers in order to avert discrimination, it also eases the responsibilities of states and localities who are receiving federal infrastructure funds to have that same responsibility, said Nicole Turner-Lee, director of the Center for Technology Innovation at the Brookings Institute. The telecommunications industry has opposed the framework, arguing that the policy would hamper investment in communities by requiring regulation that the industry say are unnecessary. And yes, that is exactly what would happen. In a statement after Wednesday's vote, the National Cable and Telecommunications Association, the industry's main trade association, called the new rules potentially unlawful. The group also said the FCC was seeking expansive new authority over virtually every aspect of the broadband marketplace. And I would have to agree. That's what this is. This is a power grab. That's what they want to do. And why? They don't want messages like this going out. They don't want you to listen to shows, they just don't. You think they want you listening to Joe Rogan? Or watching Jimmy Dore? Or Candace Owens? Or Anonymity? They don't want you watching any of that. They don't want you seeing Russell Brand. That's what they're charging. This is nonsense. This is a way to regulate speech and control what is out there. That is what this will grow into eventually, because that's their plan. That is what they ultimately want. To seize control of the internet, to further take away our freedoms of speech, as they are currently doing. Oh, that's hate speech. So if I give my opinion, let's say, about the ongoing conflict in Israel and Palestine, right? If they don't like what I say about that, if the side they've chosen, right? Because if the side they've chosen, I'm at liberty to say anything that strengthens their position. But as soon as I disagree with just one thing, bow, 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 bow. And the bow, bow they want is to come and lock me up. But yet, two thugs can assault a police lieutenant on a subway platform, and they get let out. They don't even spend an hour in prison. No bail, no nothing. George Soros, DA, George Soros funded lawnomics here. That's what they want. And that's where it's going. We're going to hell in a handbasket. This needs to be paid attention to. We should have been paying attention to this for a long time. I don't know what kind of sleepwalking on this subject. We need to wake up with things like this. Because little by little, bit by bit, these bastards play the long game. They will continue until they've taken everything out of you. Everything from you. I mean, look at what's going on right here in New York. In the same breath that Kathy Hochul says that she's getting more financial backing for the police department, Eric Adams puts out a statement saying they're cutting law enforcement by 30,000 officers, asking parents to go and play safety officer at schools because they're cutting those too. But they truly care about the people. And for what? To fund an invasion. To fund the invasion of the state of New York, primarily the city of New York, where we reside. So there's no rest. All we have is chaos in the street. A tumultuous existence. Look at this gem. Here's this guy. Let's take a good look at him. Get a good look. So, what did this savage do? I'll tell you. An 85-year-old man was randomly shoved onto a subway track by a stranger in Midtown earlier Wednesday, cops said. That was the stranger. Okay? That was the stranger. This is what we have to look forward to? An 85-year-old man being shoved unprovoked? Thank goodness there wasn't a train en route. It's 5:40 in the morning and you got this animal, because that's what he has to be, a thug, unprovoked. And I'm tired of hearing mental illness as the excuse. No, sir. No. Enough is enough. People just need to be held accountable for the crimes that they commit. From the most minute to the most major of crimes, accountability is key. If we have a country of laws and the laws aren't obeyed, then we have nothing at all. We have zip, zilch, zero, nada. Nathans. It's unbelievable. Let's see. There's another one here. There's another one here I wanted everybody to look at. Here we go. Look at this guy here. What's this guy here involved in? Gunman opens fire during a fight on NYC street, wounding innocent 41-year-old woman. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole article here and all that, but that's what happened. Two thugs getting into a discussion. They can't have a fair fight. Y'all can't shoot the fair one? This was somewhere on like 180th and Bathgate, somewhere in the Bronx, where this happened. It's like about 10 o'clock at night. So the innocent victim, because they can't even shoot straight. They like to pull out these guns and they don't even know how to fire them. That's irrelevant. It's this nonsense. So what is going to be their solution? Like I said, right? Just like taking control of the internet, taking away our guns. Because, that's the answer. Because that lovely law-abiding citizen, right? This lovely law-abiding citizen, the hard-earned taxpayer here, yeah, and he just might be employed. Who knows? That doesn't stop these thugs. Right? Didn't Biggie Smalls say that in the song? Them cats that hold jobs can hold gats too. Something like that. Guns, whatever. That's what he meant. That's what it means. Right? Again, I digress. Doesn't matter. Seriously, that is what they want to do. Come for our guns. So the law-abiding citizen, the tax-paying, hard-working, law-abiding citizen of the state and the city of New York and the 5 boroughs, you know what we get? We get R2-D2s. We get to fund R2-D2s that require 2 cops to watch the goddamn R2-D2 so people don't kick it into the track. That's what we get for our safety. A stupid bleeping robot that is just there, more than likely surveilling us and gathering information, just like Kathy Hochul's drone army is. Because that's what this is about. How they found money for that? How they found money to make C-3PO and R2-D2 and launch Sith drones up into the air to monitor our every move. But to get actual protection, no. To revamp laws so that they shall not infringe on our Second Amendment right to bear arms. Doesn't matter if you're locale. It doesn't matter that we live in the inner city. That's ridiculous. We should be able to protect ourselves, our families, and our homes. This is absurd stuff. And that will be their solution. Because whenever they're saying that they're doing something to take care of you, is to take everything away from you and screw you over. That's what they mean by taking care of. Don't you know we live in the upside down? Men are women. Those are the new definitions. Women are men. We're a predominantly racist country where everyone hates each other. It seems like it's coming to pass now. You got our black citizens just going out there willy-nilly beating the bejesus out of somebody because they're white? And that's nonsense. Because I know that they know they're not doing that shit for any racial motives. They do it because, like I said in the whole Philadelphia riot thing, these are just opportunists looking to take advantage of the chance that they have available to them. They've always wanted to do this. This is the way they behave, and now's their chance, and they're champing at the bit, and they are. They got it. They've got it. This isn't a race war, although that's what they propagate. That's what they'll tell you this is. It's unfair. I don't know any poor person, like I said, that doesn't have internet. Shit, I don't know any poor person here that doesn't have a roof over their head, only if you want to be out in the street. Seriously. Only if you want to. Well, now it's getting worse because now that our tax dollar has to go fund the invasion. And it is an invasion when a Venezuelan immigrant crosses our border and plants the Venezuela flag. Boom! That's a conqueror. That's not someone looking for political asylum. That's a conqueror. Only a conqueror plants his flag, right? Like we supposedly did on the moon, right? Didn't we go conquer it? Why'd we put it? Why we didn't just put the Venezuelan flag up there? I mean, I know we didn't go up there, but you know what I mean, right? It's the symbolism, but we're not supposed to. No, we're not gonna look at any of that. Stop buying into this nonsense. Stop going out there and killing each other over bullcrap. This is the narrative that they want to feed us so that we can just continue to entertain them, feed into their shenanigans so that then they can say, oh my God, how are we going to fix this? Well, you know exactly how you want to fix it. You're the one who broke it. You make crime. You have crime at all-time highs, running rampant in all of our cities. And sooner or later, you'll want to implement martial law or change things so that, take away more of our freedoms. Surveil us with every moment. Ingsoc. Look at this. Let's check this out.
Look, there's nothing more important than the safety of our children. And this is part of a dangerous trend that the mayor has been setting for this city. We are seeing a reduction at the NYPD overall. We're seeing less cops on the street, less detectives being able to solve crimes.
Don't worry, my dear. C-3PO and R2-D2 are on it. They've got it. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Boop, 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 boop.
Put people behind bars. And now we're seeing 25% less safety agents than there were pre-COVID pandemic. We're talking about 1,200 less safety agents than we had in 2020, when there were about 30, there's now 3,900. 1,200 less. According to Local 237, which is the union that represents our safety agents, Staten Island has some of the lowest numbers across the city of New York. And meanwhile, citywide, we have seen New York City public schools.
That's Staten Island. So could you imagine what the Bronx, Brooklyn, and Queens look like? Huh?
Schools have an increase in major felony crimes by 16%. We've seen disturbing trends of youth violence. Just the other day, a student was stabbed to death. And many of the crimes that are taking place are happening right around dismissal, right outside the school, or even inside the schools. And
Yep. She's right. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. And this is just our schools. Look at this in Florida. This is in Florida. Boom. That teenager is 270 pounds. Is any of that necessary, what he's doing? But none of it should be necessary, but seriously? That's the behavior we're going to condone? So we need less, right? And they want parents to take up the mantle. You need authority figures in these schools.
Turn around, turn the other way. Stay right there. Got it? Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go to jail.
Well, Brennan, look at me. Look at
I
me.
have more important places
I understand.
You can stop manhandling me. It's not like I'm
Nobody's.
So you heard him? I don't want to go to jail. I got more important places to be. You should have thought of that. You should have thought about that before you decided to beat the bejesus out of a teacher for absolutely no reason. For no reason. I believe it has something to do with a Switch game console. No reason. No reason. He did that because, and you know what? You know what sucks for this kid now? He's going to be tried as an adult, as he should be. As he should be. You want to commit adult crimes, you pay adult consequences. But at least he's being tried, and they're paying. He's got to learn. It's unfortunate. But again, he could be a potential victim of the constant just drilling it into your head day in and day out. You've got the mainstream media, MSNBC, CNN, the birds on The View. They're just every day. The white people are bad. White people hate you. White people are bad. White people, it's okay to be racist to whites. No, racism isn't okay. Isn't okay to do to anyone. Black, white, skinny, it don't matter. Fat, it don't matter. Discrimination should be unacceptable, period. They propagate it. They want you to feel this way. So that you short circuit and you just blow a fuse and react like that guy. Like that child. That's a kid. Who believes that that's an actual, legitimate response, like that's, approved behavior for having your Switch confiscated from you if that's what happened. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. What about this one? This was in Las Vegas. That teacher didn't pass away. Now these are students. 15 young men, or 10, or something like that. 10, I believe it's 10. I think they apprehended about 8 of them as of now, and they're looking for the other 2. 10 young people beating up on one kid. That's the victim. my thoughts and prayers to the family. That's got to be a horrific loss. I don't even want to even fathom what that would be like. Don't even want to. But my thoughts and prayers go out to the family. This is a shame. This is a shame. This is our young people. This needs to stop. And this needs to stop more sooner than later. At the end of the day, we must understand that it's just since divide and conquer, right? The best strategy of them all. They use it every time. As long as we are divided, as long as we are at each other's throats, as long as we are sitting here pointing the finger at one another, these thespians, this uniparty gets to go out here, do what they will, fill their pockets, fill their lobbyist pockets, get these cush jobs, make their families more prominent. We flip the bill. We suffer the consequences. Our young people are murdered. Our young people go to prison. We get nothing. But it's all done with their best intentions in mind. It's for me and you. It's for us. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Pretty good, pretty neat. 1.